Evening, everybody. Welcome to the channel if you are new. If you are not new, or if you haven't watched the video I posted before this, please watch that video and take pity on me and follow me on Instagram, because I have to make my presence known on Instagram now as part of my contractual obligations for returning into the modeling industry, which I'm actually trying to make work this time. And you can watch that video and I kind of get into why. But I want to get back to the stuff of why this channel exists, actual informative content, and help abuse victims recover, and hopefully, it's not too late, help people recognize that someone is attempting to abuse them before, they get completely sucked in. Because for, those of us that maybe were targeted by narcissists as children, for those of us in our 30s, there weren't YouTube or channels like this back then. We didn't know what we were dealing with, what it was called. We thought, it's like, our parents have this like super secret thing that nobody can understand. And the same can be said in relationships too. So check that video out. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Oh yeah, and if you do follow me on Instagram, I do tend to answer messages. I know there's been a handful of you over the months that asked me if I had an Instagram. Now I do. But try to lighten it up. This topic is a heavy, dark topic that I want to get into. And the topic of this video for narcissistic abuse recovery is sexual narcissism. Yes, which is very devious, very evil, and, well, you know what I would do to these people if I could get away with it. Yeah, but nonetheless, Lilith will take care of them. What is a sexual narcissist? A sexual narcissist is also known as someone who has sexual entitlement and a pattern of sexual preoccupation, which not only is it they are preoccupied with just, getting laid, but they're preoccupied with getting whoever they choose their target to be, regardless of, that target's attraction to them, relationship status, sexual orientation even. Yeah, for a sexual narcissist, oh, well, if somebody, if a sexual narcissist is going after somebody of the same sex and that target is straight, they're going to try to guilt that person in the bed anyway. Don't laugh, I've seen it. A sexual narcissist is someone, they lack confidence typically, and they usually have like abandonment issues, and they're very needy, similar to how a borderline acts with their favorite person. And I did a video on that too. But it's theorized a person with sexual narcissism has low self-esteem, insecurity, and dysfunctional beliefs in relationships. Very dysfunctional. And the most common part of this dysfunction is that the sexual narcissist, like the borderline, love and possession are the same thing. So when the sexual narcissist feels they love someone, or really, they want to take somebody to bed, they see that person as their property. And in their mind, they are justified to do whatever is necessary to get that person into bed, to get that sexual gratification. Like I said, regardless of any obstacles that may be in the person's way, like significant others, not being attracted to the narcissist, not being of that sexual orientation, marriage, it could be a number of things. And there's some traits to watch out for with the sexual narcissist. Number one, most important, a lack of sexual empathy. Basically meaning the sexual narcissist, they're usually going to be into some pretty sick shit. And if the target isn't, let's say they get the target in the bed, but the target isn't into the same thing sexually, they don't care. A lot of times sexual narcissists, because of their self-esteem issues, they get off on exploitation and degrading their sexual partners, like basically coercing them into doing things that they don't want to do, but to do them anyway to please the narcissist. That is a huge point of supply for the sexual narcissist, and they get off on that. The more uncomfortable the partner is with certain sex acts, the more turned on the narcissist is. And ooh, this video is definitely getting demonetized. So they have a high sense of sexual entitlement as well. The sexual narcissist believes that like everybody wants them. You know, they're nobody's better at sex than them, and they're just like dripping with sexual charisma, and they're the best of the best, and they can, you know, please anybody with anything. They, yeah, you know, I am the greatest. Very good. It's very good. Bigly. Yeah. So sexual narcissists tend to have high sexual standards in that they typically try to pursue sexual partners who would traditionally be categorized as out of their league. You know, the common nomenclature is the 1 to 10 scale. So a 5 is going to chase a sexual narcissist who's a 5 is going to throw everything they have, every trick in the book, to bed a 9. And they believe they're, you know, certainly entitled to that. Sexual narcissist has a high level of expectation and praise. Not only do they want to degrade their partner and, you know, get them to basically become their sex slave and let them do whatever they want when they want to be praised for it, about, you know, how skilled they are and how good they are and they're the best lover ever. So yeah, not only do they want to degrade and exploit you, they want to be praised as, you know, I'm the best there's ever been, you know, kind of shit. They use sexual coercion, so they will, without any remorse or empathy, coerce somebody into sexual acts that that person doesn't want to do. I mentioned that, but I mean they'll coerce someone who doesn't even want to go to bed with them to begin with into sex. We're not just talking about, you know, the other way where it's like they want to go to bed with them, but they don't want to do that. This is, they don't even want to go to bed with them at all. The sexual narcissist will coerce them in the bed. They'll latch on to their target, basically be at their hip at all times so they can scare off any potential sexual partner that the target is actually interested in, so they'll destroy the competition. They'll attack and threaten anybody that has sexual chemistry with their partner. They will use guilt trips about, you know, how much they need the target. Like basically, they play a long game in this. The sexual narcissist, and they get really, really upset and really, really unstable when the target that they're trying to wear down is, you know, on the verge of like entering a sexual relationship with somebody they actually want to be with. That moves up their timetable. That drives them crazy. And then that's when they have meltdowns and lay the guilt trips of, you're so important. I don't know, you know, you're the love of my life and you're my twin flame, and whatever they have to do to basically try to guilt the target into thinking, well, if I push this person away, you know, they're going to hurt themselves, they're going to hurt me. And at that point, the sexual narcissist will try to make that emotional connection. They'll even, I've seen even a sexual narcissist try to pose as a demisexual, mainly because their target was interested in somebody who is a legit demisexual, and, you know, she liked that aspect because she figured, tired of, you know, guys who just want to get laid. This guy, by definition, a demisexual, has to have a emotional connection, even want to go to bed with somebody. So, but yeah, sexual coercion by any means necessary. Sexual narcissists are often hypersexual. Like they think about sex all the time, more, you know, more than even like a 15-year-old boy. And they're very sexual compulsive. When they can't lock down the target that they want, you know, they'll settle for whatever they can get, basically. But then they'll be like, well, you know, I did you a favor and I could get way better. It's just, you know, it's been 3 days and that kind of thing. And you learn so much from me and all that. Yeah. So they'll be hypersexual. They'll be sexually compulsive as well. Sexual narcissists are hyper sensitive to criticism about their sexual performance. Again, they believe that, you know, they're the best there's ever been. They know things that nobody else knows. So any criticism about pleasing their partner, which they could care less about, remind you. They only care about them getting off their own gratification, but in their mind, the mere act of, the target's with me, I'm me, so it's got to be the best there's ever been. Like a sexual narcissist who's a two-pump chump, and you call him a two-pump chump, you'll get an epic meltdown there. Yeah. Or, the sexual narcissist female who lays there like a dead fish. Yeah. She also thinks she's like as skilled as a succubus kind of thing. So it's important to hammer home, again, their use of exploitation. That really is their main tactic. Not only are they going to sexually exploit their partner in the bedroom, but they're going to make that known, okay? They're going like, she let me do this and didn't say no. And ugh, you wouldn't want her after what I did to her. So that way they can lock down that person to continue getting their supply, their sexual supply, as long as they want. And the exploitation helps in that because it'll make other people that maybe were interested in the target like, I don't know about you anymore, kind of thing. Scare them off. And it also further drives home that sense of property where it's like, no one's going to want you after the stuff you let me do to you. Stop crying, kind of thing. Yeah. So, as sick as it is, it's important to know what a sexual narcissist is and be aware of the signs and behaviors. So, trust your intuition if you are seeing these behaviors in somebody who is adamant, dead set about, being with you in bed. You may be dealing with a sexual narcissist. And whatever you do, don't sell out your integrity to please a sexual narcissist, because not only will they not be satisfied, but they'll just keep pushing those boundaries further and further. Thank you for making it to the end. Please like and subscribe. You can donate to the channel via the links in the About section of the channel. Also, the links to my professional modeling page and my Instagram are there. Please follow me on Instagram. It doesn't cost anything, and I don't know what I'm doing on Instagram. So, give me a little help there. And I will see you in the next episode of my channel. Yeah, I have episodes now, I guess. And I have a brand. But, beware. Beware the sexual narcissist. They take depravity to a new level.